This news update is brought to you by...
From rom-coms to dramatic tearjerkers and hit action movies, Video on Demand from Flow's got what you need, baby. Spend some we time tonight. Oh yeah. Simply press the VOD button on your Flow remote. This is how we do TV. This is how we flow.
This is the Barbados Today evening news for Thursday, February 4th. Thank you for joining us. I am Mary-Claire Williams. Police are investigating what led to the unnatural death of 20-year-old Chad Delano Hope of Welchman Hall, St. Thomas. Hope's body was discovered in a house at Sweetvale, St. George by one of its occupants at about 6:30 this morning. The lawmen say the cause of death is unknown and it is being treated as unnatural until a post-mortem is conducted. One expert in water resource management says constructing a desalination plant may not be the only way to address the country's chronic water shortages. The director of the Center for Resource Management and Environmental Studies, Adrian Cashman, is suggesting that reuse of wastewater could help alleviate some of the problems. With a drought predicted to affect Barbados and the region in the coming months, Cashman said capturing more rainfall and maximizing groundwater recharge could also help to ease the water flow. The Chief Agriculture Officer says he is not satisfied with the response from Barbados and the rest of the Caribbean to climate change. Lennox Chandler says he believes countries have not been as aggressive or as serious as they should be in tackling the issue.
Neither on specific fronts or addressing it on a wider scale in terms of plans or policies to mitigate issues related to climate change. I'm certain there will be dissenting voices. People will argue that they've done a lot, but my way of thinking, I haven't seen those things happening on the ground. However, as CEO, it's my intention to take this climate change matter very seriously. And with that in view, I want to say that one of the early orders of business for me will be establishing a unit in the Ministry of Agriculture to focus specifically on climate change issues. And this unit will, among other things, tackle issues such as drought-tolerant crops, research in that area, salt-tolerant varieties.
Chandler also noted that water shortages being experienced in some parts of the island are a result of climate change, but he said he is concerned that people continue to turn a blind eye to the fact that climate change is in fact affecting people as well as livestock and crop production. There has been strong support for the Domestic Violence Protection Orders Amendment Act, which was passed in Parliament earlier this week. President of the Barbados Association of Professional Social Workers, George Griffith, and the former Minister of Social Care, Hamilton Lashley, are among the latest to voice their support for the new law. Griffith specializes in medical and psychiatric social work. He lauded the Frendel Stewart administration's enactment of what he called a piece of progressive legislation. Lashley, meanwhile, noted that it was a long-awaited amendment, but he was somewhat concerned by the amount of power being granted to police officers under the Act.
I'd be very skeptical because sometimes the law can be very lawless too. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking that in terms of this wide sweeping powers to the police or the Domestic Violence Act, that at least that some consideration should be given at looking at the type of powers that we hand to the police. Because recently too, and I agree with that former, the present Assistant Commissioner of Police, Williams, who said that sometimes the police got to be more discreet in how they're doing their work. You know what I mean? So instead of barging in and licking down and breaking down and all that kind of thing, you know, it can't be. So I whenever hear the police officer, I'd just be taken back a bit because I know sometimes how ruthless and how bad behaved that some of them could get in the execution of their duties.
The Barbados Gays, Lesbians and All Sexuals Against Discrimination has welcomed comments by the Education Minister over violence against persons involving in same-sex relationships. Speaking in Parliament on Tuesday, Education Minister Ronald Jones called for Barbadians to accept that the contemporary lifestyle exists in the country and persons involved are exposed to domestic violence. Responding in a statement, Executive Director Donia Piggott said the minister's comment was an attempt to right the wrongs of a broken society. She explained that LGBT people faced discrimination of various forms and it has manifested itself in different ways. She also called for all to work together to protect members of all types of discrimination by including sexual orientation and gender identity in Barbados's constitution.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Get your paper, get your paper. Only $2.25, $2.20. Who? For what? That's the Bear Stale News. I don't read about that on Barbados today since last night. That can't only care do. $2.20. Who?
Barbados Today. News you can trust.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
Hey, I'm Rabia. Look out for my new segment, Fashion and Beauty with Rabia, coming out this week. It's going to be so exciting. It's going to cover hair, nails, shoes, everything fashion and beauty. I'm excited, and you should be too.
In news from the region, the Caribbean Regional Health Agency, CARPHA, is today warning that cancers are on the rise, particularly among young people. In a message to mark World Cancer Day, the agency said cancer is also the leading cause of death in the region, with breast cancer being the main cause among women, followed by cervical cancer. CARPHA's Director of Surveillance, Disease Prevention and Control, Dr. Joy St. John, says the large number of deaths from breast and cervical cancer in the Caribbean is alarming, as cervical cancer is preventable and breast cancer can be detected early and treated successfully. She pointed to tobacco use, unhealthy diets, physical inactivity, and harmful use of alcohol as common risk factors that contribute to cancer development. Over in Guyana, the opposition leader Barrett Jagdeo is calling on government to release the findings of all audited forensic reports. Jagdeo says members of his party who were involved in any wrongdoing must face the consequences. We get more in this report from Capital News.
He said once there is no witch hunt and the real issues and investigations are done professionally, he has no problem.
Then any member of the PPP who has to face the court for any alleged wrongdoing, they have to face the consequences once the investigations are done professionally. That's all we're asking. Professional investigations done and not part of a witch hunt.
The opposition leader is also calling on the government to release the forensic audited reports and charge whoever is involved in fraudulent activities.
Put up a website and put up all the audits that are there. That's the first thing they should do, since we are calling for transparency. If anyone has broken the law, then you can refer them to the police, okay? If anyone has broken the law on any of these audits. But the first thing that it starts with is releasing the audits.
Currently, former Public Service Minister Jennifer Westford and her assistant, Margaret Cummins, are before the courts on a multi-million-dollar fraud reportedly uncovered at the Public Service Ministry.
In international news, Spain has confirmed that a pregnant woman has been diagnosed with the Zika virus. That's the first case in Europe. The health ministry said the woman had recently returned from Colombia, where it is believed she was infected. Zika is spreading throughout the Americas and has been linked to babies being born with underdeveloped brains. The World Health Organization has declared the microcephaly condition linked to the mosquito-borne virus as a global public health emergency. And that takes us to the end of this evening's news. But for more, you can visit our website, www.barbadostoday.bb. You could also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're on Izumi Media in bus terminals and Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also tune into Channel 101 on Flow TV or Mix 96.9 FM for more news. I am Marie Claire Williams. Good evening.